Hello and welcome to another video in my local woodland. Celebrating. Why are we celebrating? The understory of bluebells. But I'm not a bluebell fan. Why are we here? We're here because we've got low evening light and we've got a scene like this. Just to test myself tonight, I'm limiting myself to this trusty 85mm f1.8 Viltrox, which I've used quite a bit for my tree woodland exploration, if you like. Quite a nice lens, difficult to use because you've got to back up, you've got to work the composition because of the focal length. So that's the test. That is the tease for tonight for me, is to come out after being at work. It's only Wednesday. And I've just walked down from the van. You'll have seen the intro. And this is, I just love this. So I'm going to have to be quick because the light is falling. I'll guide you through quickly what I've seen and what I'm thinking. We've got these overarching gnarly, and in the background we've got these beech trunks that are catching the light. And then I'm pretty sure it's a hawthorn, and this blossom is bending towards. So we've got a story, if you like. We've got Beauty and the Beast. I need to get set up. I need to get this shot. 85mm. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to walk around. I've just been looking at the bluebells, but we're not here for the bluebells today. And we have got some beautiful lily of the valley showing right down in the dip. I may have a go at that if the light falls right, but for now, let's just try and get something here and pop it up next. I'm going to try some depth of field as well. I'm going to get closer and just focus on areas and 1.8. Why? Because it just, with the trees and the fall off, that softness enhances beauty and enhances the idea of spring, to delight and dance in the coming of this new season. I know. I can't help myself. I'm a romantic at heart. So come on, let's get this shot. So we've had to step back a long way, avoiding the bluebells. There's only a small patch here. I want to stand on anything. And we've come back that far because I'm at 85mm. It really is testing compositional skills using this, with it being such a long focal length. So I am noticing, I've been here now for about half an hour. Just how my way of looking has changed, and the texture and light and the shapes, contrasting shapes of the trunks are drawing me in more than, say, making sense of the scene. It's quite abstract, the last shot I've just taken, where the balance of the trees is mostly based upon the texture, with just the odd branch and trunk showing through. I'll possibly put that shot on next, but I might wait and leave it till the end because I don't want it to put any preconceived or any concepts in your mind and you think, oh right, is that what the rest of this video is going to be about? Because this is all happening now live. It's as I'm seeing it, and it's as I'm feeling it, getting emotional about the shots. And when I say emotional, I mean attracted to the aesthetics, and it's pleasing, it makes me happy. That's why we do it, isn't it? That's why we're here. Is that attraction to the scene, the beauty in the shot, and then arranging it, the puzzle, is part of all that fun. And I've walked away from that where I was taking them images with the blossom wrapping round, and as I look through here now, the tree that I was shooting from over here looks far better from here. And I think with the 85, there's just a funnel, a gap going straight through to those two. And the blossom is wrapping round even more. So just don't walk away. You've took your shot and think, right, I'm done. Next, or move on, let's keep walking, let's go for a walk. Just slowly step away from the scene and keep looking at that scene as you move away from it, and around you and behind you. Let's get this shot and we'll continue slowly. Sithee. So that's the scene we're looking at, and you might think, what? Because I did. But then once you start thinking in the longer focal length, 85mm in this case, the test, you know, giving me something to think about, that focal length, you know that the distance from the edge of the frame, as you see in here, is going to look more like this. And now what we've got, I think, let me just move to the side, right there, I think that is beautiful, those two split and the blossom, these couple of trees left and right. The way I'm framing this with the 85mm is it's getting it tighter, so the tree to your right and the left are framing right on the edge. Bluebells on the understory, and then this beautiful scene in the middle. Beautiful scene. Droplets of white, f1.8. I think if this is the only shot tonight, I'm very happy. I just cannot help myself. I go into overdrive. I get it's so excited. Look at this. See this little tiny group of birch here. There's two, Mama and Papa and Babby birch, and the light's very, very low and cutting through along the bottom of the trunks. It's a beautiful scene. You're not going to see that on this camera. Hold on. Now, I've been shooting this scene here on my belly and shooting through the bluebells, which I said I wasn't going to do. Can't help myself. But this little scene here, I've moved around a bit to get the branches separating, but these three and that light, wonderful. And I'm going to have to move away from this. So I think that's my third shot for tonight. I'm sorry, but how can you not be just overwhelmed with joy when the light and nature, springtime, puts a show on like this? Look at this. Wonderful. Just the star bursting out the sun between those branches, and very ethereal. How can this not lift your spirit? And that's why I'm here tonight. The smells, the perfume, everything about this place just fills you with joy. And the photography becomes second, really. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed this very relaxed, kick back walk through my local woodland. Not my usual harum scarum, mad crazed dash around or filled with enthusiasm. Yeah, the enthusiasm will never go. How can it in a place like this? So we're going to walk back now, get back to the van. It's getting late. I'm not here for sunset. I was here for that low light. Possibly a few shots to pick off. Well folks, I've enjoyed myself and I hope you have done too. I think I'm done. Oh, or am I? There. I like the light on that tree. It's just standing alone. This is where we shot the birch from earlier. I think from this distance with the 85, it made quite a nice scene. Right, last shot, promise. Oh, by the way, please excuse the pins. You know what I just said, last shot? Well, put the camera to my eye, I'm at least 100 yards, maybe an 80-yard wedge, 9-iron. No, bit too close for a 9-iron. I reckon a pitching wedge, 85 yards, 85 mil. Tree, just getting the final light. This is the last shot. And I've been shooting at f1.8, I've just knocked it up to f10, really underexposed it, really pushing into it, so it's right on the edge of my histogram. And this is such an exciting shot because the light is on the flesh of the trunk, and then there's almost a hazy, dappled light to the leaves around it. It looks like Hudson River movement a little. In my mind, I'm getting that Painterly Gainsborough expressionist, little bit of expressionism. But what's exciting about it is the depth and the colour of the browns and the greens working together, and that light is dying. Now I'm going to do one with the foreground of bluebells as well. It's very underexposed. Right, 1/30th of a second. I've just come down to 1/40th of a second f10. I'm going to knock it up f11. I'm taking quite a few shots. Well, why? We're digital. And I want to make sure I get this, because what I'm seeing now, I'm also seeing for the edit after, for the video, for this project. I'm seeing the edit now in my mind's eye, how you can play with this light. We've got all the detail, we've got the depth, we've got cascading lines that are being fed across from these thin, spindly birch. And it's creating a grid in front of the scene. So there's a lot of interest. And just underneath at the back, there's another trunk, another birch tree. And then a little bit further on, you've got this chaotic scene in the background that's quite dark, mysterious. I'm cutting out all the sky and just focusing on this as a 4x3. Changed exposure then to 1/20th of a second, just to lift the brightness. We made us some layers on this. And that's it, folks. That's a wrap. Local woodland, low light, an evening after work, testing myself with the 85mm Viltrox 1.8. I'm not going to stop again. That was the final shot. Possibly my favourite. I do like those kind of painterly and I hate to say it, classical looking. What on earth does that mean? Classical looking. If I get the tones right on the shot, you'll see what I mean by classical. Almost the hues of an oil paint, a palette knife effect if you like. Oh, there's just scenes everywhere tonight. It is beautiful. Let's go this way. I've photographed these fellas a few times. So that's it, folks. I really am going to end it now. I'm going to cut to the gallery, if you like. Hope you enjoy the images, and let me know your feelings down below and what images you like, and I'm sure I'll come up with some fancy dancing names because there's so much character in this wee woodland. I can't thank you all enough for all the support and continued watching. Each and every one of you that puts a comment, I get to know you all. It's incredible. First name terms and all that, isn't it, eh? Belting. Right, it's enough going on. You know what to do. If you've liked this, hit subscribe. If you want to see more, tickle me bell. And well, somewhere in the northwest with the alarms and police and ambulance flying by, there's only one thing left to say, and that's Sithee!